Well, the new machine gets a new permission. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Now, probably just like a lot of you, it has been an absolute scorcher here. And as a result, I've had to limit my hunts to 2 to 3 hours at a time. The heat has just been unbearable, and by that time I'm completely wiped out and I have to reluctantly head back home. Well, this past Friday I didn't have a whole lot of time anyway, so I decided to take a short trip back to the park that I featured in last week's video. And I ended up finding some neat things that I wanted to share with you from it. Now, it definitely was a very tough weekend of hunting, but it ended up being an extremely fun one. Well, I came across a part of this park that was not available to me in the past. They have clear cut it out, and now it's a nice grassy area. It used to be horribly overgrown. I couldn't even get into it. So I'm kind of messing around, found a few bottle caps and pull tabs, and then I got a 69 right here, and I got a very old weedy, and it's absolutely the most worn weedy I think I've ever found. I can hardly tell what the date is. I'm gonna have to check when I get home, but it's definitely an early one. But great time, so I'm gonna buckle down right here, see what I can do. Well, about 10 feet away from that worn out wheat penny, got a 54 to 56 right here, right up against one of the trees that used to be here. And yeah, not bad at all. It's not complete, but it's an old Tootsie. And it's some kind of custom kind of rear engined vehicle. I think I found this one before, but I can't place it right now. But that's pretty cool. So that's going to be 60s, possibly into the late 50s. I will definitely take that. Well, this next one was giving me a nice signal, about a 60. It was about 4 inches down, and I got half of a pretty old key right here. I wiped it off. It says F.W. Stewart Manufacturing Company, Chicago, Illinois. Definitely an older one. And yeah, another good sign. Hopefully I'll continue to find some old things in this area. Well, this one was giving me an 80. It said it was just an inch down, and it was. And I just popped this. It looks like I have some kind of a pin. So I grabbed the camera and we'll see what the heck this is. That's weird, isn't it? Okay, that's kind of different. What the heck? I think I know. I think he's holding a frisbee. It's like a guy holding a frisbee, and there's some kind of signature on the frisbee. Yeah, I think so. It says disc something on the back. Well, that's different. I've definitely never found one of those before, and yeah, pretty cool. Well, I had about 30 minutes left to hunt this morning, so I decided to go ahead and throw the 14x9 Coil-Tech coil on and go over some of the same areas and see if I got anything. And sure enough, I was getting a 57 to 63, about 7 inches down. And I pulled this out and there was like a, I thought, well, I don't know what that is. And I wiped it off and I'm like, whoa, look at that. Bunch of designs. I realized I had a really large bale seal. Check it out. Number 2. Can't tell what the other one was. But that's definitely an old one. Definitely turn of the century. And boy, very thick too. But that's a nice little find right there. Very happy with that. Well, I knew I had to go back out metal detecting, and I knew it was going to be just as brutally hot the next day on Saturday as well. But I decided to head down to the old mill houses on the river. And I'm really glad that I did. Some very cool things were found, and I got a very nice surprise as well. Well, I'm out here bright and early, and got a little surprise for you. Chris called me over.
I'm trying, man.
And you won't believe it, but his first hole.
Literally, after what, 2 months?
Yeah, at least. He said he's got a what?
Looks like a ring.
Holy cow.
19 even.
Ooh, that thing might be silver. What's it got, a
some
stone?
Stones.
Or, kind of. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, that's a welcome back.
Yeah.
I think it is silver.
It's shining up.
Wow.
Let's see.
What signal was it giving you?
Solid 19.
Nice.
You know I like that number.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Nope.
It's got the good weight and looks like silver. I don't see any markings though.
Yeah. He plated. That's pretty cool. Get you a look at this. That is pretty awesome, dude.
I'll take that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That'll probably be it for the day.
Yeah, one hit wonder. Curse. So, how cool is that? And yeah, well, Chris is back.
Yeah, today.
Well, I called Chris over this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting a 68. I'd say about 4 or 5 inches down. Out popped this. I haven't looked at it yet,
Well,
but
it's got some good size.
That's pretty cool. I would say it's not a dog tag. It's a little heavy. It'll probably be plain. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Get a little bit of spray on it. It's not bad. It's my first decent find. About my 5th hole. Clearing out garbage until now. I think it has something on it. I can see some writing.
Yeah, I can
Isn't that cool? Oh wow. Yeah, it definitely does.
Is it wings?
I don't know. Here, you take a look and.
Nay.
Nay.
Something like that. Sure looks like it.
Be darned.
Yeah, it's got a...
That's cool. At least it's got something on it.
Yeah, it's inscribed.
Wow.
Wow.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it might be. I'll get it cleaned up when I get home, but hey, that's a cool find. I will definitely take that. Well, I'm starting to detect a theme here, at least this morning.
Seems like it.
Jewelry time.
Big old pendant.
What the heck?
I think I see 2,000 coming through. So.
That's all right.
Oh yeah, it's a pin of some kind.
That's awesome. How cool is that?
Holy cow.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me put some water. Hey, you got some.
Celebrate.
I thought it was going to say Confederate.
Oh, it's cats.
It's cats?
It's cats with some kind of little...
Be careful. Celebrate. That must have been for the millennia.
Yeah, look at the little cat paws.
That is awesome.
Weird. Little bottles of, what is that, maybe milk or something?
That's awesome.
Oh, different.
What was it ringing up at?
15.
15. Dig it all, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that's pull tab signal. That is so cool. Yeah, I'll get it cleaned up, and I got a feeling it's going to look pretty interesting.
I knew I was going to get one today.
It does say celebrate. Yeah, sure does. Oh, that's wicked, man. I like it.
Cool.
Well, we've got another mystery solved this week, thanks to all of you watching last week. You might recall that strange little brass piece that I found in last week's episode. Well, a lot of you out there knew what this was and chimed in, but the very first one to do so in the comments section was Gary Enever, and he was quick to let me know that this brass piece was actually a temperature sender that was once part to a dash temperature gauge on a very old car or truck. You know, it's funny, I've owned quite a few of those old mechanical temperature gauges in my time, but I just didn't put that one together. So a huge thank you goes out to Gary and everyone else who made last week's mystery find this week's mystery solved. Well, this one was giving me a nice deep 76, and I'd say about 7 inches down. I got this, and I just had to film it. One, because I don't dig very many yellow ones of these. This is Purex. I dig a lot of Clorox, but check out the price on it, 23 cents. Those were definitely the good old days. So I don't think 23 cents buys you anything anymore. I was swinging over here next to Chris, and he said he got something interesting.
I don't think it's too old, but it's walls.
Huh.
Pretty sure they make overalls and
workwear.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, on that side too.
Huh.
It's a big old zipper, man.
I was hoping you found a brunt.
No.
Well, this one was giving me a 66, and this is also a great example of why you should always wear gloves. And yeah, a cut resistant glove is great because look what I found there. So yeah, that's a nasty looking hunting bow, or arrow I should say. And yeah, you definitely want to be careful with that. So cool find, but really glad I had some gloves on. Well, I was swinging my coil along, and I heard a real nice high tone, and I looked down and I saw something in the grass. And it looks kind of interesting. It looks like a recent drop, so grab the camera. Jeez. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty awesome keychain. Chris, it was a ladybug in the grass.
Like an actual one?
Yeah, biggest one I've ever seen in my life. That's pretty cool. You can almost keep using that one, but just had to show you that. I always have to be careful what's lurking in the grass. Well, Chris and I were completely gassed out and soaked and drenched from head to toe in just a few hours. But then something happened. The neighbor next door came out and graciously gave me permission to hunt his house and property as well. And his property sits right between two of my permissions. I couldn't wait to get back out the next morning, and as soon as I started hunting, the finds started popping out of the ground. This place had really never been detected before, and I was having a blast.
Well, I actually got a little bit of a new permission here. Between two permissions I already had, I got the property in the middle, and I really have never hunted this portion. So, and of course I've done very well on either side of it, so I'm definitely looking forward to this. First couple signals were square tabs, pull tabs, and this one was giving me a 68 to 72 repeatable, nice and deep. Pretty darn cool sign. There it is down there. You can see the edge, and check it out. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yep, look at that. That's like the main piece for the mechanism for inside a pocket watch. That's awesome. What a great sign. Definitely going back to the early 1900s or later. And maybe I'll get lucky enough to get a manufacturer stamp on it. Very cool. Well, I'm just working the side yard of this new mill worker's house that I got permission to, and getting a beautiful 96, 97 signal, and it was about 8 inches down. I'm going to show you what I got. I decided to grab the camera. I don't know what this is, but for some reason I am thinking a center cap to an old car. We'll find out. I've got it broken loose, and I just grabbed the camera at that point. It could be. Yeah, I think, well, shoot. Now you know what that is? That is an old doorknob that has seen better days. That's an old brass doorknob. And it's hollow cast, so that's why you see all the dents in it, but that is absolutely cool. Probably an original doorknob to one of these old houses here, so very happy to see that.
Well, when I dug this up, I really thought this was going to be a doorknob. But when I got home and I started cleaning it, there were no holes in it whatsoever. So I knew it wasn't a doorknob, but it was something that was circular and solid. It's also hollow cast, very light, and once was originally silver plated. Now, I have absolutely no idea what this piece originally was, and I guess it's going to make a great mystery find for this week.
Well, my next hole, right after that doorknob, I got a nice 91, 92 high tone. I dug down about 5 inches, and I saw a penny pop out. Now, there it is right there, but when I flipped it over, I can see it's a weedy, but notice how clean it is. So I'm thinking there's another coin in the hole. So I grabbed the camera, and oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. I'm hoping. This is not easy to do with one hand. I think I feel. Very difficult to do, actually. Let's see. Check it out. I have another wheat penny. Looks like they were stacked on top of each other. So that's really cool. I'll check the hole again, this time with 2 hands, see if there's anything else in there. I'm hoping. It was kind of a really high target. Well, hopefully you can make it out, but the one is a 55 with the Denver Mint mark, and the other is a 38 from the Philadelphia Mint. And they were both stacked on top of each other. Wheat sides touching, so very cool. Nice little spill. Well, this one gave me a very nice repeatable 76 signal, and I'd say it was pretty deep, almost, I'd say about 8 inches, and came out another, this time, just absolutely beautiful old wee penny. And this one's going to be a very early second year, 1910. Look how nice that came out. That was absolutely beautiful. That's going to clean up nice. But definitely happy to have that. And I was just thinking about it. This is the very first new permission that I've gotten to be able to take the 900 on. And yeah, it's having a blast, just like me. Well, I definitely didn't see this coming. I was getting a pretty large 50 signal. And I was thinking, well, probably big iron or some site. I dug down and you're not going to believe this. Look at that. That's another doorknob. Except this time, it's an iron doorknob. It's got something rattling inside. Isn't that crazy? I don't think I've ever gotten 2 doorknobs one day. I won't complain though. Pretty cool relic. Well, this was a huge signal. It was giving me a 77, but it was really big. And I dug a plug and found out I was off just a little bit. I dug a little plug off the side and it was pretty cool. I'll have to see if there's anything else in the hole, but check that out. That is a really nice and very old pocket watch bezel. This is where the stem winder would have gone. And check out that. That is awesome. Just awesome. I've dug a couple like this, and they're definitely very old pocket watches. And I'll get that cleaned up. Whew, I'll tell you what, it is getting hot. Trying to stick to the shade, but wow, really having a fun time out here. Next thing was giving me a really large and shallow 61. I popped it out. It was about 3 inches down. I figured I'd knock the dirt off. Oh, that's cool. Ah, check it out. It was a brooch. A little pin. Is it? I guess it's an S, or I don't know. Very cool though. Nice piece of costume jewelry. Wow, right on the ground. I don't think this place has ever been hunted. That was way too obvious a signal. Well, I just dug a memorial right here. Came over here, got a 91-92 signal, only a couple inches down. Said it was in the plug, and check this out. Look at the size of that bad boy. I think I might have a clad half. I can't even tell you the last time I found one. Let's see. Sure as heck. Look at that. That is a Kennedy half. How awesome is that? 77. Honestly, it's been years and years since I dug one of these. So hey, $50. Gotta like that. And yeah, that's awesome. Really is. Well, it just keeps getting hotter and hotter. This one, I was heading to my car to get some of that liquid IV and have a good long drink, but I got a signal I couldn't pass up. It was just a bit of a high tone. It was nice. It was repeatable. A little scratchy, but I pulled a couple nails out, pulled aluminum out, and about, I'd say 11 inches down, I finally popped up something big and round. See that right there? Now, I don't know what it is. It could be junk. It's brass. But, yeah, look at that. Oh, see the hinge? Yeah, this is going to be the back to a pocket watch. Can you believe it? Now, none of the pocket watches pieces I've been finding are anywhere near each other. So, Ooh, I think this one has a design. I'm not, well, it could just be the dirt and sweat playing tricks on my eyes, but yeah, you can see right there where it was hinged. Wow, if I keep going, I might get the entire pocket watch. It's just going to be from different watches. How cool is that? Let me get it brushed off and I'll be right back. And fingers crossed, there's something cool on it. Well, I think you can see there's a definite pattern right here, a little design, but pretty crusty. But this is an excellent candidate for apple cider vinegar, and as is the pocket watch bezel that I found also. So that should clean it up pretty well and hopefully remove a lot of this crust. But very cool. It's gold tone. You can see on the inside where I knocked the dirt out. And this was not found on the new permission. I was walking from there to my vehicle across the very heavily hunted part. As a matter of fact, there's that tree from the last video I was telling you that produced so well. And yeah, this thing was almost 12 inches down, and I found it with the Coil Tech 10x5 small coil and hunting just in Park 1. So very pleased with that find.
Well, I really can't wait to get back to that new permission, because I think there's a lot more stuff just waiting to be found there. And I have to say, a lot of cool stuff was found on some very hot days along that river this weekend. And here's another look at all the amazing things we were able to recover during this episode. Well, I really hope you enjoyed watching this one, and if you did, I'd love it if you tap that subscribe button and give it a quick thumbs up. That would be really awesome. And don't go anywhere just yet, because as always, I have even more history to share with you in just a few seconds. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure. And I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.